Oh, we're continuing on here, and we got news, of course, here with the Commanders taking on the Falcons here on Sunday. Yeah, still no Jaden Daniels so far, my man here for the Commanders in this one. But I was uh, you know, surprised. I was taken off guard a little bit last week by the play of Marcus Mariota. Did a great job. Now I do feel like he's kind of the type that had come in and performed well in his first game, and then start to go downhill. Probably one of those things where um, maybe a little film. I mean, you can always get film on Mariota, but not with the same team or whatever. But a great job by Mariota last week in that win over the Raiders. Hey, we were going against the Raiders there for sure. Bill Merritt expected to be in this one here despite an injury tag this week with a little bit of knee soreness. So we expect Billy Merritt to be in there and toting the rock here. Look, he had that first good game against the Giants. Really didn't. And Green Bay game was a no-show for Merritt. He left the game, I believe, but did come back last week with a catch and 8 carries. So expect Bill Merritt to be in there and handle the rushing for Washington. But they also have Chris Rodriguez kind of stepped in there last week. Now, the guy for me for Washington today, hooking up with Mariota, is going to be probably Chris Moore. There's concerns, I think, with this Redskin got me with these Commanders on offense with the passing game. I think Debo. I don't know if it's a great matchup actually for Debo here going up against these Falcons. Now the line is totally shifted. We're here on line moves. We're supposed to tell you these line moves. Washington opened as high as a 2.5, but we knew that Daniels was kind of going to miss this game. Falcons now 2-point favorite, and the total 43. This has gone down here as well uh, in this matchup. Now, for the Falcons, Penix, he looks the part out there. And look, he's got Darnell Mooney, who definitely can get something done here, but how much can they really get done? They're going to want to go to Kyle Pitts here, it feels like today, if you're the Falcons here. And maybe, just maybe, for the Commanders, you're 2-1 right now. Falcons come in 1-2, and they're a slight favorite. I'm not ready to bury the Commanders here. I believe they'll get Jaden Daniels back and be able to probably stay above 500 here this season. I know it could be a little bit rugged there in the division there with the Eagles here, but we'll see. When you're playing the Giants, you're playing the Cowboys, you can still be competitive, maybe get those games here. But let's take a look at what we've got coming in with these two, with the Commanders here on the road. Commanders here right now are 6-4 in their last. Let's see here. Let me get this right. 7-5 against the spread in their last 12, coming in off of a win. Of course, for Mariota, a bit of a homecoming. He's with Atlanta there for quite a while. Uh, uh, Basically was a starting quarterback just 3 years ago for the Falcons. Started nearly all the games, but Washington lost 27-18 on the road against Green Bay. Remember, they were kind of in that game for sure, but I think here against the Falcons, that line move might be telling you the story a little bit. Coming in, still going to be tough for the Commanders here. The Falcons, they're not necessarily a dramatically improved team, but I think everyone's kind of feeling like they're continuing to graduate a little bit, getting a little bit better here. They're 1-2, but they won the stats all 3 games. They've outgained their foes by an average of over 100 yards per game so far. That's big in my book. They held their opponents also to just an average here of I believe 200. Let me get it right here. 200. They held their opponents to 260, 198, and 224 yards. That is excellent, actually. Here, Penix comes in to this one. Look, he's getting better. Still making some almost game mistakes that are almost costing the Falcons. He's got to be careful. But when you got Mooney and also Ray McLeod, I mean, when are we going to get Ray? He looked good in that first game, but I don't know. I mean, he should have a great matchup here. Actually, Penix has to get Ray McLeod certainly involved here. So. Falcons, with kicking issues. Romo, he made a bunch of kicks and then he, missed some poorly here, but he's going to be the kicker here in this one, as they obviously have moved on from wrong way coup. But look, he made them all there last week, right? Uh, Against the Falcons, but then last week against the uh, 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 Falcons. Let me make sure I get it right here. Um, in the Vikings game, and then last week against the Panthers, he was missing them. You'll see that shank and it like whoop, right up through and fading to the right. Those are the kickers. You're like, no, this is not what I'll take the guy with the end over end that misses it by that much every time compared to the whoops, there it goes off 10 yards to the 10 feet to the right, maybe, but still, you know what I mean. So I think Kyle Pitts is the man to have a pretty strong game here. Mariota, amazing that he's still got the legs that he does. That's where Atlanta has to be major concern is with Mariota's wheels is what it feels like. So look, this total's gone down, but I like it under here at 43. Atlanta's gone under in 9 of their last 12. They've gone under in 5 of their last 6 at home, dating back to last year. You got Mariota. He's not never going to light you up, I don't think, here, especially with this. This receiving core, like I said, Debo. Hey, I love Debo. It looks like he's still got it, but I think this is a tough matchup for Debo. And after that, what are you going to do? You got Luke McCaffrey. Yeah, he's hit or miss right now. Chris Moore. This is who they've got. Zach Ertz. This is going to be a great spot for Zach Ertz. Atlanta does very, very well against tight ends. They're one of the best teams at defending tight ends. So Washington, not so much. Zach Ertz can have a good game as long as Penix can get it to him in space. All right, I'm going under here with Washington and Atlanta. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here. And let's see. Okay, Antoine says a line flipped. Mr. Wesker says heavy action here on Atlanta. Oh, man, I don't want to be square here, but it does feel like 4 out of every 5 tickets. And I'm a tickets guy. That old argument, you see some of the commentators like myself explaining to you the tickets and the money. I don't really look at the money. I look at the tickets. That's what I look at. I look at the tickets. Remember, a lot of in today's age, people are limited, right? So they got to get down. They get down on their tickets a little bit. And when the money comes, sometimes they have to get down, right? And then wait again and get down and wait again and get down. I like tickets over tie game here in this rugby playoff game with just minutes remaining. Exciting. All right. Oh, Kurt's going over in this one. Oh, no, Kurt. That's all right. It is 43. You're getting the best of the line. I'm not. Cinna Figure It Out has figured it out to move on over here and find me on Night Moves. Hi, Cinna. Nice to see you. Good to see you there. And Kurt says, both teams are softer than Charmin, and could we see Kirk Cousins get in there? But what team, Kurt? He might get traded at halftime over the other side and come in or something. I don't know. I mean, I think we're committed to Penix. I don't think the Commanders have enough defense, maybe to throw a curve in there in this one. And let's see here. Cinna Figure It Out. Jags, Rams, Reds, money line. Marlins, money line. Dodgers, money line. Yep. Nice to see you. Thank you, Cinna. Yeah, you know what? Hey, this is more my time. Everybody knows. They say, Ramon, when do you sleep? Hey, when I'm not on these shows. All right, give me the under in that one.